Hello, beautiful you. I want to talk about some of the decisions that might be ruining your life and spiraling down your frequency, which is something really to look at because right now in this great awakening, there are so many people popping into their awakening, right? And for those of us that have been awakened for a while, we're popping into the next phase. We're going into ascension. We're learning how to sustain high frequencies. So it's super important that we catch some of these decisions that are spiraling us down. I want to say like ruining our life. It's not really ruining our life, but it's not in alignment with what we are truly choosing. Okay, so what are your core values as a light worker, as a star seed, as a volunteer on this planet? Like, what is your core value? For me, it's to expand consciousness. The second one I have is my physical and mental health because that helps me expand consciousness and stay in this state of high vibration. And third is to have a loving connection with the relationships in my life, which again serves my core value of number one. So I want you to think of what are your three core values? And then I want you to start assessing what in your day, what in your week, what in your month, what in your year, what in your life is distracting you from your core values. So if you've said that these three over here are your core values, yet you're making decisions and you're doing behaviors and doing certain things that don't align with these top core values, these are the things that are ruining your life, that are spiraling you down. We need all light on board. So please do this simple little exercise. What are your three core values? And then assess what is aligning you with them and what isn't. And would you be willing to start one by one letting go of the things that don't align with these core values? So if physical and mental health are one of my three core values, then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do things that align with that. Now, right now, I've been noticing my own stuff up. You know, I've been really kind of hooked on this one TV show, and I've been letting it get in the way of my sleep. I've been letting it get in the way of some, um, evening rituals that might align with my three core values. And I have to take a look at that. And I have to take a look at why I'm making that more important than these three core values. And so as we start expanding consciousness, we might start to notice that some of our subconscious stuff, vibrations just release, but some of them surface on up to the conscious level because this is going to help us most with our expanding consciousness. So we have to take a look at some of these behaviors, what they're linked to. So I want to give you three questions to ask yourself. When these subconscious vibrational habits come up and they start giving you opportunities to make decisions in ways that you're like, wait a second, why am I doing this? This isn't aligned with my three core values. So I want you to ask these next three questions. Let me see what they are. I wrote them down somewhere. um, what am I making important here? Okay. What am I aware of that I don't want to be living anymore? Okay. And what can I do to live in my vortex here? And is this helping me get there? So these three questions can really help you start to see how this is a subconscious junk, old programming, broken record, skipping CD, whatever thing from your subconscious that's coming up for you to take a look at. It really, if it's up in your consciousness, it's because this is the best way for you to expand consciousness. So it's like it'll just leave if it's not a vibrational match, right? It'll just leave. But sometimes things have to actually come up into the conscious level before they leave so you can make a note to stop the habit body. Okay, so be so grateful. And it's humbling to be grateful for some of the contrast and old behavior and emotional habits that come up because they're so uncomfortable. But that contrast, have super gratitude for it because it is showing you how to expand your consciousness by letting this habit go. So, growing up with an alcoholic father, I have a lot of people pleasing in me and a lot of enabling. I enable a lot. So, which means I allow behavior that is basically looks like being kind of like walked on. I enable mental abuse sometimes, um, and I allow it. And so this has been up for me. So I'm getting a little vulnerable here, a little personal, but this is what's up. And it's going to be up for you too. So this isn't, odd stuff. Allow it. Allow it to come up. Have gratitude for it. And here we are. Ask, what am I making important here? Right? The other question is, what am I aware of here that I don't want to be living anymore? That's not in alignment with my 3 core values. And what is this showing me about my vortex or about how far it's keeping me from my vortex? With those 3 questions, then it becomes easier to choose. So we have this awareness now. We have awareness of the 3 core values, and then we start making choices in the present moment. Now, a lot of this old stuff is kind of like in the subconscious giving us a choiceless reality. Choiceless reality sucks and it keeps us capping our consciousness. So if one of your core values is expanding the light and expanding consciousness on this planet, then you're going to have to take a look and you're going to have to uncap anything that's capping your consciousness. So now here I am with some really uncomfortable stuff to take a look at. And it's time to just take that cap and say, no more. No more. I'm on to this. I'm on to the fact that my consciousness has been capped, and now I'm going to take the cap off. I'm going to choose something different because that is the power that I have created in my life to say that my number one priority is expanding consciousness on this planet. So now I am willing to take a look where all the caps are. And I'm willing to unscrew them and take them off. Really take a look at them and say no. This isn't aligning me with my vortex anymore. So will I be enabling people to be frequencies around me that don't serve me? No. Will I be people pleasing and just trying to please them and love them enough and be enough for them? No more. Being a child of an alcoholic creates some pretty insidious vibrational, subconscious vibrations that sometimes are tough to get to the root of, and they kind of continue to sabotage your life over and over and keep you in a choiceless reality. So when they start to bubble up and you see and you become aware of some of those behavior habits, emotional habits, be really grateful for them. They're super uncomfortable. They're super reactive and uncomfortable. But it's this contrast that if you can be aware of, you can start to really get them out of your subconscious and really move that energy to a higher frequency and start having more choice in your life. And guess what that is? That's expanding consciousness, right? That's what expanding consciousness is. Becoming aware of certain energies and moving them back to the light. So have gratitude, guys. So I just wanted to get on here real quick because I got to get to an appointment. But I hope this was helpful, and I'm doing this right along with you, and that's why I'm doing this video, because these videos help me kind of solidify what I need to be doing in my life. So let me recap. First, what is keeping you from the life you desire most? What decisions and choices are you making or that are spiraling you down and ruining your life? Okay, if that speaks to you, I want you to write down 3 priorities of your life, your top core values. right? Then I want you to assess over here the choices you're making daily, emotionally, physically, mentally. Do they align with these three core values? And if they don't, then you're going to ask the questions. What am I making important here? What am I aware of that I don't want to be living anymore? And how is this keeping me from my vortex? And with that, you may get some awareness that, oh, this is some subconscious stuff that I'm ready to consciously say goodbye to, so I have more choice in this moment. And that process right here is actually you expanding consciousness. Isn't that amazing? So beautiful being. Let me know how this works for you. Let me know in the comments. And if you would like some support with going through this with someone, I do free discovery calls, and I do have 3-month immersion coaching programs. I'd be honored to support you through this, because this is how we're supporting the planet right now, and this is how we're gifting the planet her awakening. So uh, jump in with me. All right, beautiful people, please remember that every Friday I go live with a Q&A, an awakening and our ascension topic, and some live distant sound healing. So I hope to see you on I hope to see you on one of those live streams. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.